Master Deepak. I asked the Deepak the same question. What is the one thing when you like about rain? What is about rain? So he asked, he liked the smell of the mud when it rains.
Deepak.
The essence of leadership, just Master Deepak. All the best.
How many of you think the best teacher should be made the principal of the school? Can I have a show of hands? Okay. How many of you think the best warrior should be made the army general? Show of hands? Okay. So some of you agree, some of you disagree. But what I'm trying to say is, how do I relate skills to leadership? Leadership is a puzzle everyone is trying to solve these days. Up until the early 20th century, leaders just came about. No one knew what kind of knowledge, what kind of abilities or circumstances do they have to go through to become a leader. When multinational corporations came into existence, there was a need of great leaders, but no one knew how to become a leader. They invested billions of dollars into research to create leaders for tomorrow. This research went on to premier institutions and research establishments to find out what it is. But they discovered it was harder than what they thought. Leadership is an art and not an exact science. It had to be built. So what I would like to say is there are different philosophies to approach leadership. And what I would like to discuss is taking a leader and finding his method and what can we learn from it. So today we are going to discuss about this leader. Does anyone recognize him?
Yes.
Yeah. Who is it? Clive Lloyd. Yes, thank you. Clive Lloyd is the captain of the West Indies cricket team, because of which they won 2 World Cups in 1975 and 1979. Clive Lloyd wasn't the most amazing of cricketers, but he had excellent leadership skills. We'll show this how. Firstly, I would like to discuss what is West Indies. A fun fact, West Indies is not a country. It is a collection of 24 countries on the Caribbean Sea. So a leader who has to lead the West Indies cricket team should have the ability to integrate all these people from different backgrounds and work as a common collective, which Clive Lloyd did. In the Bible, there is a legend of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which says that when the sins of humanity have gone too much, 4 horsemen will descend upon the earth and bring about the end of the world. Likewise, the West Indies team also had their 4 horsemen. These are the 4 horsemen of the West Indies cricket team, because they all could bowl over 140 kilometers per hour, the dreaded aggressive bowling attack of the West Indies in mid-70s and 80s. We look at each horseman in detail. First is Michael Holding. Some of you might recognize him. He's a commentator right now in the cricket. His nickname is the Whispering Death. When he takes a run up to bowl, he is so silent that the umpire does not recognize if he's bowling or not. He has to constantly look back and see if he's bowling or not. Because of which the batsmen have kept the nickname the Whispering Death, because he would silently run up and take your wicket. The next horseman, which is the large bird Joel Garner. With a great physique and a height of 6.5 feet, he resembled a large bird swooping towards you. And the prey was obviously the batsman. The next horseman, Colin Croft. A West Indies teammate described him as, if he saw his grandmother was batting, he would have zero hesitation to bowl a bouncer. That is the kind of guy Colin Croft was. And you can see everyone's test match statistics displayed on the slide. Finally, the godfather Andy Roberts, who is heralded as the man who brought about the artillery of fast bowling to West Indies cricket and changed the game entirely. West Indies was not only known for its bowling, it also had its stalwarts in batting. One of the stalwarts who's really famous is Sir Vivian Richards, aka the Smoking Joe. He was known for his aggressive style of batting, and the one thing that stands out is he failed to wear an helmet anytime he went out to bat. He would say, I'm not afraid of the bowler, I'll face him as it is. So he would send shivers down the bowler's spine. Next is Gordon Greenidge. The speciality about this batsman is he scored more runs via boundaries than running between wickets. He's similar to what Chris Gale we have today. Finally, it's Desmond Haynes. Desmond Haynes and Gordon Greenidge formed the most devastating opening pair of the time, similar to what we had in terms of Saurav and Sachin during our 90s cricket. All these 7 players were outstanding in every form. Imagine Clive Lloyd heading a team which is highly performing, competent individuals. And no one, all the media frenzy, all the fan following was for these 7 people. But when these 7 people were asked, when do you plan to take on the captaincy of the team? When do you want to lead the team? All 7 declined profusely. They said, when we have a father figure like Clive Lloyd, why do we have to think about captaincy? That is the kind of respect that Clive Lloyd had earned. Clive Lloyd, because of which he not only dominated the cricketing world for 20 years, the team also developed and maintained a crop of newly talented players in terms of Brian Lara, Courtney Walsh and so on. In life, we get a lot of opportunities to be leaders, but we make excuses not to take it up. I don't have the required skill set. What if others are better than me? What if I fail? The story of Clive Lloyd teaches us one thing, that the true essence of leadership is not the talent you possess, it's not the knowledge you have, but the courage to step up to the challenge and a promise to deliver successful results. Over to Toastmaster.